Hello,
Hello,
Anthony.
Rob.
Here today talking about surrogates.
As you can see, we're in our nice living room for you.
Yes.
Something looks different about it. I can't tell what.
Very, still.
Hmm. Yeah, that looks better. Bat cave.
Yeah.
So, Surrogates. You want to start us off with the technical background of it?
It's directed by Jonathan Mostow, who directed Terminator 3, and written by the same guys who wrote Terminator 3. I can't think of the name, but they also wrote Terminator Salvation. Starring Bruce Willis, Radha Mitchell, some fat dude.
I can't remember what the fat guy's from.
And
but
I don't know the black guy's name.
You bastard.
It's really weird. It's a hard name to it's if I saw it in front of me, I still probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But he's going to be in the new Resident Evil movie.
I was really pumped to see this movie because I'm a big fan of sci-fi future. I always like films like Total Recall, 6 Day, not just Arnold movies. Also the Fifth Element, I didn't want to throw it out there because it's another Bruce Willis movie.
I love Fifth Element.
I just realized your Mountain Dew's going to look funny. So anyway, yeah, and I'm a fan of Bruce Willis. A lot of people lately, ever since like at least the Live Free or Die Hard, have been bashing Bruce Willis.
I don't have a problem with that movie.
It was really out there. But I don't think that was Bruce Willis's fault.
Yeah.
So, going into this movie, style-wise, like, it could have been very similar to iRobot or very...
James Cromwell, speaking of iRobot, James Cromwell was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also.
But it's like, it could have taken a very odd style. It could have felt very futuristic.
Yes,
But
and it felt very modern.
It felt modern, which
in a futuristic
really,
setting.
yeah, really plays well with it. Kind of like, I mean, this is also on a similar subject, but Gamer was kind of like that. Same kind of basic premise. If you guys don't know what the premise of this movie is, it's that in the future, 14 years from now, well, roughly 14 years from some point in time, they have developed a technology where we can live through robotic beings, as in feel, see, touch, control. So it eliminates the need of like spreading disease, sickness, crime.
Crime's all the way down.
Yeah, it's because you're not yourself. You can live.
Pretty much lay in a bed with a headset on and control whatever you want.
Yeah.
You could be whoever you want. So I think there's a couple of times in the movie where like it's like a hot girl and then it cuts to it. It's like a fat dude controlling it. It's like
also like Gamer.
Yes, but it just shows in that kind of situation you can be whoever you want to be.
I think that's a topic that's coming up in these films recently because a lot of people are maybe starting to think with the way the technology goes, maybe that is the way that we could eventually go. The technology itself, not ruining anything, but it is branching from a research that's I've heard going on, is that it was trying to use brain waves to control things to help people who can't walk, and I thought that was very unique. But as far as
they started off showing the lab test footage of the monkey controlling the arm.
Yeah, the monkey feet.
Like,
that was funny because he was like locked in a box.
Yeah.
But as far as the acting, I thought that it required a very different take because they're supposed to be very robotic as well as being human, but it's a different. You're not as human as we are per se because you don't have fear of dying. You don't have the everyday. Yeah, is that chair like really creaky?
I know. That's my back, actually. I got a creaky
back has plastic in it.
Yeah.
But and as far as makeup and effects, there wasn't a lot of. I mean, there's special effects in it, but I thought like the way they made like everyone look so young, and Bruce Willis looked like 10 years younger, and it looked like he had no scruff, nothing. They just looked very fake looking, but good fake.
And the hairpiece.
Yeah. So overall, I was very entertained. The movie's only an hour and a half long. It's rated R, right?
I don't know.
There wasn't any blood or anything.
No. The only blood was robot like oil blood.
Yeah, so it might have been PG-13.
And there was no cursing.
No.
They said like asshole maybe.
I think it's very good for all ages pretty much. And like I said, the special effects were good, and the story, even though it was only an hour and a half long, it felt longer, but not the bad kind of long. I was very entertained. And I think if you're a fan of Bruce Willis or a fan of sci-fi films,
one of the parts I really dug, because when you see them be robotic, jumping, 20, 30 feet
Oh
in
yeah,
the air.
I at one point I turned to Pat, who we saw the movie with as well, and I said like, this feels very much like Terminator, like not old school Terminator,
Yeah.
not the '80s one where they couldn't do anything, but like T3, not comparing it to T3, but like where
You'd see her run
and like jump, and you're like,
She jumps
yeah,
across the field.
because it's certain parts of it you forget they're robots,
Yeah.
and that really brings it back into perspective. So
Another thing about the movie real fast is there are groups of people in the world that don't like the idea of having surrogates, who live in their own like little like
antagonists.
Yeah, they pretty much like take themselves down like 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
They live in like huts
colonies,
and
like
make their own. They do their own food and everything.
So this movie's got a lot of facets. I think I definitely recommend it. I give it a 4 out of 5. Just not 5 out of 5 because it's probably gonna be a while before I watch. It's nowhere near as good as like Total Recall and The Fifth Element, but it definitely entertained me, and it offered some unique future ideas and stories to think about.
I really once I found out John Mostow directed, so I'm not a big fan of other things he done. I was kind of hesitant going there, but overall I really enjoyed the movie more than I thought I would. The only part I had was Radha Mitchell. Her acting is really good, but sometimes she'll deliver lines very like stale.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but she's a good actress. But I'm gonna give this 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
And Ving Rhames looked funny with the big bushy
Yeah, he did.
pubic hair beard and the dreads.
Alright, DVD reviews of
Yes.
the week. Isn't that right?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris. Isn't that right?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you won a Grammy?
Oh, way to go, you.
I don't think he won it. I think he hosted it.
Speaking of Neil Patrick Harris, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Oh,
With
how
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, coincidence.
Yes. I love him. Not me.
Show them the cover.
It's Joss Whedon, written by him and his brothers. I was turned on to it by my girlfriend who showed me. It was like a free they made it so it would be free so no one would have to pay for it, like online. But I ended up buying it on DVD.
Sucker.
But it's I showed it to you.
It's really good. I like musicals though.
Yes,
so.
it's a musical. It's about it's about a guy who's trying to take over the world, pretty much. Dr. Horrible and his arch enemy, Captain Hammer, played by the wonderful Nathan Fillion. Hilarious movie. Good stuff.
My recommendation of the week, Freddy vs. Jason Blu-ray, because it recently came out, and it has all the special features that the original DVD had. The music videos, directed by Ronnie Yu, starring Robert Englund, Kurt Kurtzinger, not his name eludes me right now. What's the guy that always plays Jason? Famous. Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder.
Kurt Kurtzinger.
If you would have said
Jason.
like Leatherface.
I would. Oh,
I would have.
no, I don't know.
No.
Anyway, not the greatest movie in the world, but definitely entertaining. If you go into it with your mind kind of turned off and you're a big fan of both franchises, it's definitely got a lot of entertainment to it. And I think it's pretty good. And on Blu-ray, like the original movie, and I saw it in theaters like 9 times. Sorry, I'm a big Freddy fan. Yes. But I think it's a good ride, and it's definitely, they did it justice on Blu-ray. So.
Alright.
And that's pretty much it.
We're done.
Wrapping it up, and until next time, back home we go. Clapper.
Yeah.